There are people who play in 2D. We know you exist. You're like the vegans of the Football Manager world. So the
timestamp that when Si's come out with all those players.
I actually feel bad. I realise like most vegans aren't like that, but everyone knows what I mean when I say that.
It's like if I can't bookmark stuff I actually want to get to quickly, what's the point of a bookmark?
Unless one of them's custom. Maybe one of them's custom. There's 28 of them we know.
I really hope they are, because otherwise they sort of become a bit, not obsolete, it is good, but it's like, you're so close to a really good feature.
New site?
Site.
A nondescript, it's like mystery meat when you like meat
Teletext
curry.
is in. Teletext is in.
Teletext.
Get in.
I think Higuaita did it once or twice. I don't know. He did something weird up the pitch.
Probably Coke.
Remember? Unfounded allegation. That.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the FM show. I am of course your host Tony Jameson, joined this evening by the wonderful Maggio and the exquisite SecondYellowCard. Fellas, how are you? We have some things to talk about tonight. Matt, we'll come to you first.
How surprising. I'm excellent, particularly better for the news, I suppose. It's nice, like, before when we had it's going to be the game, and then it was like a little gap, and we worried that maybe we weren't going to hear anything for months, but now it's been a week, and we've got some more news, and it's brilliant, because, more information is always good, because we've been starved, walking through the desert looking for news for 2 years, and now here we are, an oasis, otherwise known as match interfaces.
Yeah, and it's not a mirage either. Like,
no.
Is that news? No, that's nothing. That's nothing. Don't you worry about that. There's definitely some news.
That's just Big Fran Kirby. It's an illusion.
She looks just like Evan Ferguson. But we do have news. Si, has the news reached you in good spirits today?
Well, it's reached me in good spirits. I like it. But something that surprised me, and I also I like to limit my video and then I'll go trawl Twitter and Reddit to see what the general reaction is. And the reaction to the graphics last week was mixed. I think overall Twitter was positive. Reddit was mostly positive, but there were definitely some negative people on there because they're like, oh, I play in 2D or whatever. They were not going to go over that again. There are people who play in 2D. We know you exist. You're like the vegans of the Football Manager world. So the
timestamp that when Si's come out with all those players.
I actually feel bad. I realise most vegans aren't like that, but everyone knows what I mean when I say that. Even vegans know what I mean. When
what you could have said, Si, is you like CrossFitters because you'll tell us straight away you do it. We get it.
The one I shared in our little Discord today was in our little WhatsApp today was the Liverpool fan. A Liverpool fan just had to let you know there was a clip of Boris Johnson. I've gone off topic already. A clip of Boris Johnson. And this sounds wild already, right? Out of these three people, how you're the most obnoxious one? Boris Johnson, Marinakis, the Nottingham Forest owner, and I don't know who the third guy was. He was the host, I think. And Boris Johnson's introducing Marinakis as the Forest owner, and the guy who's a Liverpool fan goes, "Well, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I wasn't going to mention that." It's like, no one, even Boris looks flummoxed. No one asked. no one.
The fan is wearing his full kit. It's like that's the giveaway.
Yeah. They weren't even there to talk about football. They were there to talk about the war in Ukraine. But it was. So he just had to jump in and say, "Well, I'm a Liverpool fan."
Gotta let him know.
It's the fact he sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" beforehand. There was no reason whatsoever. But yeah, so if you, we should probably say this by the way. So recording schedules are going to be slightly out over the next few weeks, we presume at this point now, if the last 2 weeks are anything to go by. Tonight's record is done on Wednesday at 25 to 10. This will, of course, be released in around about 12 hours. So the news that dropped today was a first look at the new user interface. So Si's obviously touched upon already. Last week we saw the match day, the match engine, the match graphics, and we finally got a chance to actually see what the game's going to look like. And as Si said, mixed response. Some people say that looked fantastic.
This week I was surprised. This week I was surprised. People are very, very positive about this. There is still some negativity about, they haven't, because there was this thing midweek that, they ported the match engine over, which and I think we did clarify it last week, just to make clear, there's the graphical representation of the match engine, the graphics, and the match engine that's doing the calculations. And that part they've ported over from old Football Manager because that's 20, 30 years of data and work, and it would be madness to start it from fresh, right? But that seemed to get a lot of people annoyed. But then they showed this UI today, and people seemed pretty happy with it on all platforms that I checked out, which surprised me because I thought, having seen those screenshots of FM25 last year, that people going, oh, they've consolified it, or they've mobilified it. I think they have, but I don't know why anyone thought that was a bad thing.
In a good way. It feels like they finally...
that's it, right?
That was what we were hoping for. Like, I mean, personally, I was hoping that we would see more of a bridge between console and PC, but in a way that makes console closer to PC rather than like watering down the PC version. It feels like this is a brilliant way of creating that accessibility across the two of them, where it doesn't seem to, from what we can see anyway, lose that depth, whilst also still seeming like it's going to look much closer to that on the console side of things. And going forward, perhaps the two sort of shall meet finally one day.
Yeah, I think the remaining limitations...
That is a beautiful point. Sorry, that's a beautiful point, Matt, that everybody has assumed with it becoming... let's break the words down. Cleaner is the first word I would use. That everyone then went, well, that means this looks like a console game and it's going to be dumbed down. Like, no. What that means is that they're getting rid of some clutter, and it doesn't mean that the PC version is getting dumbed down. What, as you beautifully put there, Matt, is it could mean that the console is getting an uplift, right? Do you know what I mean? So let's not instantly assume the PC version is going to be trashed. And I don't know, I've looked at it today and I've had a bit of a nosy at it on the trailer, which we might have a look at during the video. I'm a fan. I think it looks smart, so clean. Like, my eyes seem to follow what's going on, and it doesn't seem like there's loads of stuff that's irrelevant. Like, there still seems loads of information on there, but it seems like it's well presented. Si, I'll let you pick up on that.
So this was the thing. People were very annoyed about the one last year, and people were like, oh, this is much improved. But I guess like the bar at the top is back, right? And it's something Miles spoke about, which I don't think, did we end up covering like the FM25 cancellation stuff? I don't think we ever did a video on it, did we? So the Miles did these interviews where he spoke about why it was cancelled, and like the issues with the game and the changes they made. So like you had a search bar, but you didn't have, the bookmarks is new. And I've wanted bookmarks in Foot Manager for a long time. Me and Matt both use the SAS skin, which have bookmarks.
I have thoughts on that, but we'll circle back to that.
Oh, I have thoughts on it too. I have an issue with it. But
me too.
Is it to do with the number of them?
The same one I'm about to come up with as well.
Yeah.
So my issue is like, why 6?
Let's go with bookmarks.
Okay, there's bookmarks in the top right. Okay, they're just little icons that will quick take you somewhere. But my issue is a why 6? Like, make that bar could be longer. Like, if I want to add 30 bookmarks along that bar, if I look at my Chrome, I've got Chrome open right now, bookmark bar, I don't have any text. I always delete the text in the thing. I go icon only, and I have the icon for every website that I want across the top. And there's about 20 of them there. And yeah, it takes me a little while sometimes but to be honest, I've probably worked it out now. It's like an app, right? When you're on your phone, you're looking for you don't look for the name at the bottom of the app. I don't even know if it shows you the name nowadays. You're looking for just the Facebook icon or the X icon or the Discord icon or whatever you want. So it's like, which one of these icons do I want? And like, I feel like 6, because there is the real estate there on the screen to have more. Like, let me customize it. If I want only 6, I can have only 6. But maybe it will let you have more, but the wording sounded like it'll only be 6. Is that your guys' issue, or is it a separate issue? Oh, okay.
That was actually not my issue, which is why I'm kind of, I like this. We've got control. Mine, I agree with that, but I'm also like, that wouldn't have bothered me so much. Like 6, the way I look at it is kind of like speed dial, where if you have like 30 options in there, is it any different to just going and getting the stuff in the first place if you already have those menus in there? My issue is the fact that from the looks of it, given that everything sort of has icons that designated to them, and you saw that little drop down of when you were switching the icons, it sort of looks to me like it's one of these predetermined bookmarks where it's like, here's a set of things that we've decided that you might want to bookmark.
Yeah, there's 28 of them.
But if I'm reading a book, I want to be able to go to page 73 because that's where I left off and there's notes there that are important. Whereas they've kind of said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you wanted to go to chapter 23 and 24, but what if I don't want to? the idea for me, the reason bookmarks would be so good in the game is because I can, for me, right, with the SAS skin that I use currently, I have bookmarks for things like the UEFA Europa League and the coefficient page. It's like, if I can't bookmark stuff I actually want to get to quickly, what's the point of a bookmark? Like,
unless one of them's custom. Maybe one of them's custom. There's 28 of them, we know.
I really hope they are, because otherwise they sort of become a bit, not obsolete, it is good, but it's like, you're so close to a really good feature. Maybe I'm just overreacting.
I think that's the thing, like, because I saw that at first, and like you, Matt, I was like, oh, great, you know, I can pin where the coefficients is, because I'll be honest, I find it once, and after that, I need other people in the chat to tell me where it is again, right? So using the SAS skin, using the WTCS, being able to bookmark those things on the skin, amazing, right? Really, really helped me narrow that down. But you're right, when I looked at the video, it did look like there was already a predetermined list of things that could be bookmarked, which of course then means that potentially it's not as customizable as we would hope, but obviously we didn't see the full thing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it is also, there's your list of predetermined, and then maybe at the bottom it might just say create bookmark. That would be lovely. And then all of a sudden we can then have something to go and allow our own experience, because of course that's what they're talking about, our own stories, our own experience. It would be a big, I believe the term that young people use, a big F in the chat if they didn't have some sort of customizable option on that other than their predetermined filters.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, your idea sounds even better than if it was just all customizable, because that way they've got the predetermined ones, which I think would be really good, again, for the new players and the accessibility. And from the FMpedia thing, it looks like they've definitely leaned into the new player stuff, which is amazing.
Put a pin in that. We need to talk about that, yeah.
But if you have the predetermined ones, and then, as you say, like a couple of custom ones, even if it's only like a couple, like 3 or 4 that you can predetermine, just give me something, a morsel. I'm hoping that is just that, you know, they're showing us this because that's what the majority of people will want. But I just can't help but feel like, just give us the power. Just give us the power. A little bit of power.
Give us the power side.
I've gone to look at it. It's going to show us. We're going to see what's there. If you're watching, if you're listening, we'll explain it. So there's the bookmarks up in the top corner, and it shows us all the customizable options. I put it on 0.25 speed, which is probably too slow now. Maybe I need to speed it up.
It's perfectly fine. We can talk through it as we're going through. So
well, I was trying to work out what these icons were, because they were just like a random selection. But also some of them seem to be like slightly customized, which I couldn't work out. I saw when you see the messages one, it's got like a little, when you got a new message, you get the little bubble. It has that on. It doesn't right there, but it does on one of the other screens. So what we got? We got messages, first team, tactics, player database, transfer activity, and I think this one is called something weird like competition status.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like, what does competition status even mean?
It's that competitions page that you get under like Club Vision type stuff, I think.
Okay, so there you go. So we're now on to edit bookmarks, and of course these ones are starred, so they're the ones that we've chosen. But then there's ones that are unstarred: competition stages,
news
data hub, fixture schedule, news site. Fixture schedule sounds difficult to say, doesn't it?
What's news site as well? Like, is that news site?
Site.
A nondescript, it's like mystery meat when you like meat
teletext
curry.
is in. Teletext is in. Get in.
You order a meat curry, and you're like,
bit as well, is the fact that there's the icons that are like set for each one. Now, maybe, again, I'm selling them short, and maybe it is that you can customize your own ones and add custom icons from a set of icons that they've got predetermined, like you would do in, like, I don't know, Notion or whatever. Now, if that's the case, then holy, that's amazing and almost unnecessarily awesome. But these things like that make me worried that it's not that.
Yeah. Okay. And this for me, this is interesting. This is good. Like, I like this. This has already got me thinking about stuff. The layout is nice. It's straightforward. It's lovely. There's a few little Easter eggs in the video, which we are, again, if you are listening on an audio platform, please do come and have a watch on YouTube, and we can, as we dissect this. At time of recording, Si's already done a reaction video on YouTube, which we'll link in the comments. I'll get mine done at some point tomorrow, maybe. But come and look at it as we try and break it down. But yeah, like, it just doesn't seem cluttered. Like, they've talked about this tile and card system, and it just seems like how I described it when I saw it today, right, was it's like, when they went from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, Like, it looks like that. And I know it's like Web 3.0 has been, like 5 years, 10 years or whatever old now. But it looks like that. It looks straightforward. It looks like everything's got its own little space. Yeah. And it's nice and it's tidy and nothing's overlapping. And it just seems like they're not afraid of dead space now.
But there's not too much of it either. I was worried when I saw like when you think of the cleanness, like you tend to think minimalistic, and sometimes minimalism can be a little bit too, like sometimes minimalism is just propaganda from Big Small, right? You want to kind of
So it took a second to land there.
But like you want to have. Shall I give you a minute?
Got me.
Talk amongst yourselves. Like, I was worried that when I saw some of the menus, there'd be like a little, say for example, the See All News item there about Gruda. I'd worry that would take up that entire part of the screen, and then it would just have the text, and then this giant dead bit underneath. Like, I feel like there's a difference between like space and wasted space, and it seems like this UI doesn't have wasted space on it from the screenshots we can see, at least. I mean, I'd want to see how it works throughout the rest of the game, but like nothing I've seen so far in that little video has made me go, oh god, they're wasting so much screen real estate here that could be used for useful information and still not cluttering the screen up. So I really like it.
Actually, I think that was an FM25 thing, wasn't it? The wasted space. I'm trying to find what it looked like on 25. I've got a portal of the 20. I got a picture of the 25 portal here,
which of course was a work in progress, which of course wasn't confirmed as the definite.
God, look at the dead space.
The definite.
Okay, yeah, I can. Do you know what? Like, I take it back a little bit. They've definitely changed it from what they had here.
That
like,
looks
you
more like
haven't
a
got
console
enough
game.
things over the top,
or even a moment.
Yeah, the search bar was always there. I don't know why people thought the search. I mean, I know why people thought it because the interview with Miles stumbled or misquoted or whatever. But there's portal. Where are messages? Oh, messages are like texts on the right, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look. To us now, it looks like there's dead space, but I think at the time we'd speculated with some of these work in progress images, particularly on the players' profiles as well, that perhaps there were some things that were being covered up so as to not reveal everything. And a few things have sort of slipped out with this video. I spotted a player role that
I saw one. I saw one.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go in the video? Where's the video?
Yeah, go for it, because I saw a player role that would not have been seen on the player profile screen previously. So now potentially when people were saying this was like dead space and like things looking like more basic, perhaps some people hadn't quite worked out that all was not what was meant to be seen potentially.
Oh, I wasn't sure if I know they released accidentally. Oh no, released. There was some of the player profiles last year. It showed some of these new positions. I'm trying to find it. It was when we looked. Is it Matoma that they show?
Yeah, here he is. There, isn't it? I think you're just going on here. Yeah,
yeah, here. Is it this one?
Yeah.
Is it this playmaking winger?
Playmaking winger. That's the one.
Okay. Wait. Playmaking. Wait, what was it?
Because you've got wide target forward now, haven't you?
I'm looking at these positions
and you've got
on the pitch.
Inside forward and inverted winger and winger. But playmaking winger, I don't think we've got right now.
Wide forward, I don't think that was a role.
And wide forward, we haven't got either. Yeah. So
no, wide forward's new.
What's the inverted winger before, not inside winger?
You've got inverted winger, didn't we? I had inside forward rather than inside winger.
There's some lower down that we don't have, but playmaker. So there is wide playmaker, but that's at the position behind. I'm assuming this is this position here, right?
Actually, we do have wide playmaker because I've got one in my cursor show side.
Yeah, but he doesn't play in the AML position. He plays.
No, no, advanced playmaker. You can put there, I think.
Can you put an advanced playmaker out wide? You can.
I've done that a few times. It doesn't always work that well, but you can do it.
So that's what that will be. I assume that is a playmaking winger. It's just a rename of the.
It would be wide playmaker was what I had last year, and that was like on the 11, the sort of the halfway line. I have him there, but yeah, wide forward we don't have. Inside forward We have inside forward, don't we? We have inside forward.
Yeah, we have inside forward.
Inside winger
inside
we don't
forward,
have.
inside winger. Well, inside winger's not on there. Yeah, we do have inside winger. We have inside winger, inside forward. Inside winger was added with 23 or 24.
Yeah,
Well, it was inverted winger, so
winger.
they've changed the term, interestingly.
that's what I mean. Yeah, so it's inside winger and inside forward, wasn't it? Set
No, that's
pieces.
what they are now.
No,
Yeah, they've moved set pieces to the bottom, but they did that in
Set
25. We
pieces
saw
in
that in the 25 screenshots.
25 doesn't exist.
don't hate
Si.
that,
You've
actually.
imagined that. You've imagined
I
that. So yeah, set pieces is now its own set of attributes.
That is good.
I never understood the order of the attributes before. Like, were they alphabetical?
It was alphabetical,
alphabetical,
in
isn't
each
it?
category.
Is it
I think.
alphabetical?
Because corners was always
Yeah,
at the
they
top.
are. They are. Yeah, so actually, all the mental ones and the physical ones are still alphabetical. Oh, they are all still alphabetical, but set pieces is separated.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
There are still one or two that I think. So, aggression and flair, and what's the goalkeeper one? Eccentricity.
Mm-hmm.
Those three, I feel like, are different. I don't even know if they should be attributes because they're not. What's the best way of putting it? Like, most of the attributes, you want 20 out of 20. Whereas you don't want 20 out of 20 aggression. You don't want 20 out of 20. Well, maybe you do want 20 out of 20 flair. But aggression, flair, and eccentricity is their propensity to actually do something, rather than whether they can do it or not. It's not about their skill. It's about the likelihood that they would do it.
But aggression, one of the things, if you actually hover over aggression in the game, the game tells you is that aggression is not the same as like dirtiness, in the sense that having
That's
a centre
true.
back with high aggression is actually a good thing, and that's one of the things you do want. Whereas a guy with 20 dirtiness is going to get like the random red cards. But the guy with high aggression, if he's got the other attributes to go with it, say good tackling and strength and like that, he's more likely to be probably more effective rather
Like,
than a guy who's
more.
Yeah, they can potentially get booked more.
He's more willing to go in for like 50-50s or 60-40s or whatever. Like he's more
But it's
like
a propensity thing, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Eccentricity, you definitely don't want that. Like that's like an
20.
absolute reverse. Like if you got 20 eccentricity goalkeeper, you're like, we've got a centre forward in goal here. That's,
You might want a David
For the
James or a
memes.
Manuel Neuer.
yeah, like I mean, for every Renier Gita,
That's a 20, yeah.
Jose
He's a
Campos,
20.
right?
Bring me a scorpion kick player trait, and I'm all about that 20 eccentricity.
Was it?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Who was
yeah.
it? Was it Campos? Who used to take the free kicks or the penalties?
Oh, that was Chilavert.
Chilavert.
Senny did it a bit as well, didn't he?
Senny did it as well, didn't he? Yeah.
I think Higuaita did it once or twice. I don't know. He did something weird up the pitch.
Probably Coke.
Remember? Unfounded allegation. That. So and then what's it? Flair. So flair's another one. Flair is like the likelihood that they're going to try and do a trick. It's not whether they can. Like whether they can do the trick is based on technique and touch.
Which
and
is odd, because
the
there's
other
that
things.
player trait of tries tricks, isn't there?
Well, there's that as well. Actually, he has it right here.
I try tricks at 7-a-side. It doesn't mean they come off. Like I try them.
what I was trying to do during that charity
again. Yeah, exactly.
But when they do, you just feel so smug, right? Is this new, by the way? Moves ball to right foot before dribble attempt.
No, that is definitely in the game already. It's just you don't see it very often, because I find that I always get that on the wrong foot of the player.
Or you move it to the wrong foot, or just like makes them very one-dimensional. Interesting. I hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah,
There's a few
I
quite
often see
rare
cuts
ones.
inside or whatever. Oh,
Well, this guy Matoma actually has tries tricks. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he has it. It's there. So there was one other one on this. One other thing, actually, it might be easier to get it on the screenshot rather than on the video. That I've spotted at the top of this, which I try to work out why it was. So we're on the page, or on the player profile page. Actually, I think it's on all the pages. So at the top now, this is what they didn't have in 25 and they've brought back, which is the bar along the top. So we've gone back to Football Manager 14 when the bar was along the top, and then they moved it to the side. Well, the weird thing is it's half on the side and half on the top in 24, right? So your main options are on the side, but then your sub options are along the top. Now it's just the bigger options and then the slightly smaller, like the sub menus, which from a console perspective also works, because if you got your controller, I don't know why I need a controller to show this, but you know, your top options are like your R1 buttons and your back options are your R2 buttons. That's how it works in basically like every you get your controllers, every
I've got my phone out.
every version.
Is this what it'd be like on mobile?
Well, on mobile, you just touch the screen. So stages right here. It does say news site as well. Do you think it says news site because that's going to be licensed to something?
Possibly, because otherwise you wouldn't need to word news and site. It would just be news, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
is that your local newspaper? Do you reckon?
Could be like the Brighton and Hove Gazette.
Yeah,
Brighton and Hove Gazette.
Yeah. Do you reckon? Is that the reworking for social media? Because
news is there already. News is separate.
Come up on it.
News is separate. Someone did say social media's back, but I haven't seen it.
Imagine if it's a fans forum, like on your it's like your unofficial forum, and you open it up and you're like, oh my goodness, and you get out there very quickly.
You just get a news article that just says you've been called a slur. It's the last thing you'd want is. I'm glad they got rid of social media. It was a useless tab that didn't really add anything to the game. What I noticed about that screenshot is that Stages has got the little
yes
pop out.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna highlight. Like what is why is that there? Like what does that do that these other things don't need, or that like?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
because one of the points they made in the trailer was about how we've kind of, and this might be good or bad. Again, it's hard to read until we can actually play it, but about like making it efficient and making it less clicks. But some of the stuff there was definitely 1 click before, and now it's 2. So
yeah, for sure. Like what is it? Player recruitment. Although you could put it on a bookmark, like player recruitment, you have to click recruitment and then players. Whereas I think currently you can go to the scouting thing. You still have to click the top one if you want to go to the player database. But like, for
example, tactics. If I wanted to go to my tactics in FM24, I just click tactics. Whereas this, it looks like you've got a match day, and then where do I go after? Oh, that's on Portal, isn't it? I mean, honestly, it's only one click.
So match day's there, but why do I get the opposition report on this page?
Maybe I'm not on the match day.
And what is under more? That very much feels like.
They do show it in the video.
And other things.
Yeah, they show it in the video.
Everything else.
Yeah. Anything that they've deemed isn't important, which you can imagine is definitely going to have something important.
That's where all the meetings are.
Yeah.
They do show it. Let me see if I can find where it is. I think. Yeah, here we go.
Here? Yeah. I quite like the idea of drop downs, though. I'm all right with that.
Is it more clicks with drop downs? It gives you the option, right? You can click along the bar. Well, yeah, so that's...
All right, okay, so let's go back to that. A second, yeah. Bring squad up.
Little pop-up
pause.
Too.
That's where your pop-outs are, isn't it? So your pop-out is training, so that's a new screen.
I wonder if those cause like a tile to pop up on the current screen, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Like on top?
Yeah, like a window almost.
Atmosphere. Oh, that could be... presumably more squad atmosphere than, just like
mostly
general...
CO2.
Just like vibes, just like, the atmosphere is nice, yeah.
It's just a big meter that says vibes, good.
Yeah. Music choice, excellent.
It is weird that some of them, I did notice atmosphere and squad feedback.
Internationals.
That's not for us.
They haven't taken international football still occurs in the game.
No, I've been told it's removed.
Atmosphere and squad feedback, I think, is interesting. That's something me and Matt spoke about the other week, I think.
Yeah.
On the episode that we did, or maybe it was the one before, which we were all on, but we were talking about how we'd like to actually have conversations with our players, and actually it came from conversations with staff, didn't it? Rather than, if you go to your player, there doesn't have to be an issue. You can go to a player and like ask them, generally how things are, or get a vibe for what like the club culture currently is. Are people happy, unhappy? What's making people unhappy? And like just somewhere that sort of collects that and shows it in a way that like you would find naturally in real life. So that and there is also squad feedback there. So it's like, okay, so like a little bit of both, right?
Yeah.
Although
is that squad feedback, do we think, similar to the sort of the hierarchy and dynamics, possibly?
I think the hierarchy is atmosphere.
Yeah. You reckon that's atmosphere?
And I think squad but then promises is down here, so it's not promises and targets.
Well, that was separate anyway, wasn't it?
Well, I also, in ordering this, I would have put those two here, like right after those two, because they're interrelated.
Registration's interesting. Now, is this gonna mean that we get like a bit of a heads up on players that might need to be registered for competitions, or is this just a case of like the rules possibly for what you need to have done and haven't done, and therefore
the registration
missed out
screen's there already. You can go to registration screen now in the game.
Yeah, but what I mean is like clicking on that is that going to bring us up to here's the players you've registered, like rather than when you click on the unregistered icon at the side of the player and it takes you to it? Or, as Matt was crossing his fingers, hopefully, is that these are the players that you need to register for your next competition? You haven't quite done that yet. You might want to consider that for next year.
You can do both from that screen.
Well, the game currently does a really bad job of it for me. Like the registration screens are impenetrable from my brain anyway, because of the way that it does a really poor job for me at like presenting the information with regards to registration. And I think it falls into the same trap as international selection, which obviously won't be an issue this year, but hopefully. But it's just the way that you select squads there. Like, it's just a big list, and they've got all these different status icons, but they overlap each other because it chooses that. And those menus, like, I know you can add columns there, but there's certain columns you can't add on those screens for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
And it's just surely there's a slightly better way to present the information. I'm hoping that this new tile and card system allows that.
It's like it needs like a grid, right? And it'd be like at the top, it'll say, okay, homegrown, and it'll put a cross in the box if they're, or green in the box if they're red.
Yeah,
they should
that'll be
group
helpful.
The players by their designations: homegrown trained at club, homegrown trained in nation, non-EU, whatever rules those leagues have. Just group those players together so I can see them in order. And be able to go, right, this is the non-EU guys I want to put in, rather than, because sometimes you'll forget about a guy that you've got who's like maybe needs to be registered, but because he's got like really low CA and a really high PA, he goes to the bottom of the list potentially. Whereas this could maybe group those players, or an assistant idea, I don't know,
could also be really handy as well, that when your scouts or your recruitment staff go, you realise we don't have enough players for this tournament. Like, you might want to get some. Like, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the eligibility screen somewhere or email somewhere, but I think something like that, like days until eligibility. In MLS, I had it was telling me I had 11 internationals, and I'm like, I've only got 7. I've only got 8. Like, who are these other 3 internationals who are registered that are stopping me from registering my new player?
I love the fact that we're 2 years into this game cycle and we still don't know where to find certain things with eligibility. Like, that surely is an issue. Like,
I think part of that's an MLS issue in my case.
Right. Okay. So the drop down menus. Do we like the drop down menus? Do we like that little search functionality?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I tell you why it's good, because, well, I got to think about this. If this covers every screen that you can get to, it's good. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't cover every screen you can get to, it's the same problem as before. And that's what the problem before was. Like, there are screens that aren't on the side and aren't on the top. How do you get to those screens?
You've got to go digging for them.
This is where the search button comes in. Surely, where do I find the following screen I need?
Like this.
Yeah, now we know where Sparrows Lane Training Centre is.
Yeah, but could you imagine, like, you're trying to use this and you're like, I want to go to my training. So the idea of this is you type in training, it takes you to your training. That's how it's explained. But like, it's given me 2 training centres. Oh, we are Brighton, to be fair. Is it Sparrows Lane Brighton's training centre? I assume it is. No, Epic must be Brighton's one. And then Brighton, like a message, which is good. Like, it shows me a relevant message. But I actually know I want to go to the training. Like, why is it not giving me the most obvious option that I want?
Is it wrong that part of me's just thought right now that what they could do, right, just to mess people up, is they could have that search functionality there. You type in training, right, okay, and then you look for what looks like the obvious answers, but then it just has sponsored ad next to it, and it takes you somewhere completely different. You're like, that's not what I want. I don't want that one. Like Google does.
Then you've got to sit there for 30 seconds waiting for it to elapse.
Yeah. Oh no, like, but the first few links on Google are always like, if I type training, and then like I want it to say like, East Sussex College, and it's like, I don't want that. How to get into training and development at the local council? Like, no. Give me training. What are your fitness goals? Not that one.
High rocks.
Yeah.
I just noticed something. There's a bookmark, but I think it's for FMpedia. I think this is the FMpedia.
Oh, they're teasing me now.
I know.
FMpedia. Oh, Aaron's going to be so happy. He wanted a manual, didn't he? And this is FMpedia the manual?
One. Apparently one exists for FM24. Someone told me the other day. It's on... It's on Sports Interactive's website somewhere.
Nice and easy to find, just like everything else in it.
Yeah. I thought it was like... I don't know if FMpedia... Is FMpedia a good name?
what else would you call it? FM Wiki, or is that maybe like a copyright thing, perhaps?
Wiki FM.
Maybe,
well, it's not a wiki because you can't edit it, can you?
True. That would be kind of cool, actually, if you could make your own articles within it. Don't know how that would go.
That would also be dreadful, though. If it's just wide Playmaker is shit. Oh, that's not what we thought we were supposed to say.
Well, as long as it only affects your version, it's fine, isn't it? Local.
Yeah. This role is overpowered and should be used at all times.
Imagine if it was like approved edits, like, or only certain users were able to edit it and update it. Like,
they'd go mad. They'd go mad with power.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, do we think this is potentially replacing the hover? Like, so like when you hover over certain things on game and it gives you a bit of a breakdown, or do we think it's maybe not replacing, but maybe going to go hand in hand with the walkthrough that you can get when you first load the game up and you got
you can't replace the hover.
So,
yeah, you got to.
Hover's easy.
This is what I mean. Like, I don't. But again, it would for console. A hover's probably more difficult, isn't it? So, is this the way to integrate the hover into console?
Actually, a hover isn't more difficult. The way your console does it, well, because you can switch to a cursor on console, and then, or you just have the thing highlighted for a few seconds. It'll bring it up. No, console does it the same way as PC. It's not more difficult. Now I think about it. Yeah, you have to have the hover. Like, let's say I'm going through my roles. I don't want to go up to the top and type in, what does a Y Playmaker do? Go read the article on it, come back. Like, actually, that's counterintuitive. I want to be like, okay, Wide Playmaker does this. Okay, no, not that one. Winger does this. Okay, that sounds good for him.
The hover to contain a really, like, truncated version of it that gives you the barest TLDR, but then like a little thing inside that, like the little bookmark icon. Then maybe you click that and it loads up FMpedia, and then that gives you. It's almost like, in like RPG games like The Witcher or whatever, where you can sort of get scrolls that nobody reads. It's almost like that kind of stuff.
The terms and conditions.
Yes, exactly. The EULA.
It's just the number of pages in Skyrim or whatever it is of books. There's full books in Skyrim.
Exactly. We need that for FM. We don't need that for FM, but like a sort of a glossary of terms, I guess, at least, maybe to help the new players, which, particularly as they're adding loads of new terms potentially, that would be very helpful even for us, I suspect.
I think it will be handy there if you've got it and you do the hover and you have the bit of the read as to what it is, and then it's almost like the for more information, click here.
Yeah.
And then it takes you into, right, this is what it means. This is how an example of what it would look like in real world, and that would be cool.
Here's a video of Miles Jacobson explaining it in front of a whiteboard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fully motion captured. So,
but not mapped onto anything. So it's just him in a mocap suit.
Not mapped onto anything, and not disclosing his weight either. Just like, and not wearing an international shirt.
I'm trying to work out if this is showing in the game or if this is like, because at the start of this video, wait, I just remember the timestamps, we can come back to it. So at the start of this video, the thing that they show, like, this is obviously not like with a refresh view. That's not from in the game, is it? It's just making it look like the game, right? Yeah. Like all this stuff is just making it look like the game, but it's not actually in the game. So I'm sort of in this, right? This news article. So I'm sort of wondering if this is like trying to be like, okay, this says layouts in FMpedia, and I'm sort of like, okay, is this how FMpedia is going to look, or is this how the game that does what you said, Matt, just then?
Oh, it actually does. Oh, that's cool.
Well, when you click, that's a tile and card thing. You click training sessions, you get the FMpedia thing, right? But what I'm wondering is if that, for example, is that a little button that's like, does this training sessions bit appear on the training page, or does it only appear in FMpedia, and then you could just got tiles and cards in FMpedia to give you more information?
There's like an option where you'd hope that it's a very specific part of it that you click to get the FMpedia thing up, because otherwise I worry that you're going to run into the issue, and I'm sure QA would have gone through this, where if you're on a screen and it's got a load of these sort of essentially like pressure plates that you accidentally click on, and then you're bombarded with, like, you know how annoying it is when the tutorial randomly just pops up because you accidentally haven't done that specific screen. The last thing you want as a player is just be on a screen just clicking about randomly, and it just constantly loads FMpedia when you click things, because you know how the words are highlighted in green on some of these pages. Hopefully that's just a hyperlink to a different part of the game like it is currently, because if it kept loading into like FMpedia, that would probably get quite annoying. Or it's maybe just a toggle where you can turn it on and off, perhaps.
I'm just trying to work it out from this like FMpedia bit, like this squad bit, for example, on FMpedia, and it's showing the like Brighton stuff on the like. If it also gives you like help, but contextual to you. Like if it's like, hey, this is how you analyze. This is your team now. This is how you analyze it.
Good.
Or if you go into FMpedia, is this always going to be Brighton?
The chances are probably, but if it was contextual, that would be immense.
It'd be like,
that would be pretty
Probably
good.
asking a bit much.
It's the first team. Like this is the stuff you need to know about. Yeah. He might be telling us in the talk over, but I like the UI. Like it needs a refresh, right? I think overall we're sort of nitpicking on some small things about what we would and wouldn't like, and maybe where it can go from here. You know, we're in the first year of it, and we already know that. So something that came out in those interviews with Miles was that feedback said there were like too many clicks. People weren't enjoying the UI as they changed it. Like they were trying to make it fewer clicks, and they ended up making it more clicks, so it just meant that the game wasn't fun. So I think if you go back and make it like a streamlined, but streamlined in the right way, Foot Manager, not streamlined as in taking features out, streamlined as in making them quicker and easier to access when you want them and when you need them. I think a lot of people lose that distinction when they worry about something going to like consolifying. I sort of harp on at that because I see it a lot, but. You know, it's a worry that I think people misjudge when they think streamlining isn't always bad. Sometimes streamlining has to happen to make something better and more accessible.
It's hard sometimes for people to conceptualize it, because as you say, they see streamlining and they think dumbing down. I kind of look at it as like essentially like imagine data is water and we're trying to get from A to B. And in the current iteration in FM24, there's like an obstacle course, essentially like a maze that it has to go through to get to those places. And perhaps what they've done in trying to streamline things before is they'd actually ended up putting more mazes in there, and it was taking it longer for the data to get there in a way. Whereas now it feels like they've created wider pathways, if anything, for that sort of streamlined flow. I realize this is a very abstract metaphor, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. Like it feels like we're getting from A to B quicker, but also more smoothly, ideally, with more information carried with you, hopefully.
Now, one of the things I think will happen is like day one, people are going to not like it. Yeah. Or maybe not like it as much as they'll be like on the fence because of the lack of familiarity, right? Then it's like a change. They've had, how long have we had the sidebar, or like at least the current style? I mean, it's 20 years of Foot Manager in this style, but like the sidebar's at least 10 years and stuff. And like everything's moved, things have been renamed. Like, you know, that's going to be confusing. The tile card systems are changed.
I think that's what's exciting though about it, because
it's exciting, but
people have complained for many years that the game's just literally been the same game year on year on year, with occasionally a tiny bit of graphical update and occasionally a new match engine and some new data. So people have been wanting something to look different for a long time. Now it does. Now it's going to feel different. People have then got to live by their words, really, and go like, oh yeah, I wanted something different, and it will hopefully, judging by what we see, feel different, and we're all gonna have to learn at the same time, and that's going to be really fun because we can sort of play FM in our sleep a little bit, really, at the minute. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff, like we've all put many hours into the game, you know, and we do things on autopilot. Like sometimes people still come at the stream and go, oh, where'd you find such and such? Like, oh, I never even thought that was a thing. Like I just did it because that's part of what I do. You know, we even said on this show already today, there's things that we still couldn't tell you where things are because they're not the flow that we use when we're playing. Like we have our own specific workflow nailed down now. So it's going to be really interesting and really exciting to develop that new workflow, to see how that game works for you personally, and that's the bit that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I completely agree, and I think that the analogy, as another analogy, hold on to your hats, is that it's like when you move house. Most houses have the same things in them, just as FM26 is going to have the same stuff as 24. But it takes you a little while to get used to it. So you go to make a cup of tea and the mugs are in a different cupboard here because the kitchen's got a different layout. But it just takes a little while for the new thing to feel like home. And hopefully that's going to be the case in FM26 as well.
Yeah, like we you know, I'll give you another analogy. We've just bought a new car. right? You know, we have a manual car for many, many years. Now it's born automatic, and it's nice, but I do still keep going for the gear stick on roundabouts, and it's not there. But ultimately, overall, it's a better driving experience. Although I do still like a manual, so maybe that's not the best analogy to be using, really. But you know,
well, you're not used to it. I think that's it. I think you've exactly hit on it. Like
time, you know.
You ever hired a car before? And when you first get in it, you feel like so uneasy and awkward. And you're like, I don't know what. I've been driving a hire car before, and I'm like, how do I turn the windscreen wipers on? Or how do I turn the lights on? Right? Like, I think, I used to have my first couple of cars were like where the light was like the switch on that side, right, on behind the steering wheel, to go full beam. But on the car I've got now, they're automatic. But I didn't know that there was like a little dial. First time I hired a car, I didn't know there was a little dial I had to turn on the automatic lights. I was like, how do I turn my lights on? There's no switch here. Like, where's I had to pull over. Yeah. Like, especially not with a hire car. They're like, hey, here's the keys, off you go. Like, oh, don't crash this button's here, this button's here.
And you've been flashed out by a lorry, and you're just like, for what? And it's like, oh yeah, because I've not got any lights on and it's dark. Like, that could be it. Like, but you know what? I'm with you, Si. Automatic lights and automatic windscreen wipers. What a godsend. What a godsend. You know what? I never have to work out where lights are ever again. So in a sense, change is good.
I found a way to turn off the automatic lights in a higher van when I moved here, and then I was somehow triggering them manually, but I think I may have just been driving around with full beam on the entire time.
But I think that was it. I think I had fog lights on for like ages. Because do you know why? Because I think when we took our car in for MOT, they were testing them and they never turned them back again. And like, I just never look at it now. So I was like, that happened to me. I was like, oh, wait. I said to my wife, I said, why is that dial like pushed in and turned around? And I'm like, have we had fog lights on since the MOT? I was like, did you do this? She said, no. I said, I didn't either.
It's also, here's another driving analogy for you. Oh, strap in, everyone. We've got loads of these. Like, you know, when you take your car to the garage to get serviced or MOT'd, and you get back in it, and whoever's been servicing or MOT has changed the radio station and your seat, you can't get it back to exactly what it was before, but you adapt to a new driving position eventually. So that's where
me
we're
and
at
the wife
now.
share the car, so that's every day for me. You know, every time I get in the car, I'm like, okay, they're gonna have to adjust this chair now.
Which is bizarre because size only small as well. So
yeah, this is true. She's like a couple of inches.
What was the child seat,
than me, but enough. Yeah, I think I've just got long legs. That's it. So it is going to feel unusual, I think, at first, and that is going to throw some people off. And you are going to get frustrated not being able to find something or something being renamed. I don't think anything's been removed from what I can see.
Nothing
other
obvious.
Than things we know that have been removed.
Not from that video there. Yeah, nothing, as Matt says, nothing that looks glaring at this moment in time. I'm sure we'll find it as we go through.
Did you spot anything back in? Someone said social media, but I didn't.
Well, I just shouted out when it said news sites. I was like, I wonder whether that was
I saw it.
I also said
someone mentioned it earlier,
well.
but I forgot to check. I didn't see it myself. All right, okay. Actually, I'm going to talk about this main portal screen because there is another problem I have with it. You know, let's talk problems. Let's have a little bit of negativity because I'm SI Maggio otherwise. So, like, this is the amalgamation of the home screen, this new portal screen for the audio listeners. So they got the inbox on the left, and on the right hand side, you've got like the stuff that used to be on the home screen. So your league table, fixtures, fixture schedule, calendar, next fixture, and news. Now, I had some. Okay, first, where does the email actually go? Like when you click on that email, does it? I guess it's a tile and card, right? So that's going to pop out and then pop back in. Is that more like when I'm going through my emails now? I'll just like press up. But I guess it means like if I know what it's going to be about, maybe I don't have to click into it. So I don't know. We'll see. But if there's lots I want to go in, I have to click in and click out. I'll be interested to know how that feels. The other thing I think about this is. On that right-hand side where all that stuff that used to be on the home screen, they said people weren't spending enough time on the home screen. Well, why weren't they spending enough time on the home screen? Because they don't really need the information that's there all the time. I know where I am in the league. I know who my next fixture is. Actually, it was always at the top who my next fixture is. It isn't there now, right?
That's a good point, actually, yeah.
Like, and then I'm looking at like what's actually here. So we've got next fixture, and then we've got recent fixtures, like two of them. No, recent fixtures in the league. Then we've got the calendar, which is also fixtures, but also like some training icons. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the fixture schedule, which is, again, the past fixtures and the future fixtures, but our ones. And then we've got the league. And I'm like thinking, well, I mean, is there another piece of information I would like there instead? Like maybe, and this is actually something I thought about, and it doesn't exist in game. So instead of the fixture schedule, move that fixture schedule to where it says fixtures and show like 3 fixtures. Like I feel like 2 fixtures is kind of a waste, especially when you've got form on the bit before. And then, although I guess it's the other team's form, right? But get rid of like where it says fixture schedule and put like my next team, my tactic for my next match there, like my planned tactic. And I realized actually the game doesn't really have, I guess you could do it at any point, but like I want like a lineup planner in a way, you know, like you get your transfer planner. What's it called? Squad planner.
Squad planner. Yeah.
Like a version of that, but like for the next match, I'm like, this is the lineup I want for the next match. Because if you go in and do it too early, I like quick pick. Guilty, right? I press the quick pick button to save myself a lot of time, and then I quick pick and tweak because I know for the most part it's going to put the right players that I want in the positions, and then I just take the players out I think I want to swap out or that aren't fit or whatever. But for the most part, it's going to put the most of the players in the right spot. Especially if you've already set it in the squad planner. I noticed that those two I think are interlinked. So then like. But if you go do that too early before a match now, currently, you'd be like, oh, the player's not fit. I'm like, yeah, but he's going to be fit in 5 days' time for the weekend. So it's like, okay, actually what I want is like a fixed tactic planner. So I can be like, this is my planned tactic for Saturday for the match. Like assuming that these players, like it can give me an estimated fitness of the player, like for the match. Like this player will be back to full fitness for the match. This player might not be back to full fitness for the match. And whether they are or not is part of the game. Like, you know, it doesn't, I guess you can just change it last minute. But I want like up in that corner, maybe show my tactic for the next match, my team for the next match, my planned team for the next match. I don't know. Maybe that's something other people wouldn't want, but
I agree because as you say, there's just way too many things that are essentially showing the same thing on this screen. But I suppose if you bring it back to how we currently have it in 24, you have screens like this, but you can go in and change what's shown on them. What worries me there is that there's nothing obvious from a UI standpoint that makes it look like I could just go in and change that to something else. Maybe by clicking on it and you go into it there and you could do it, which would still be a bit clunky, but I'm sure that would be fine. What worries me is that it could be again, less customization. And this is a problem because people play the game very differently to each other and have very different wants and desires. And I would hate to think that they've just gone, this is an average, that's fine. That would really be quite annoying to play and therefore would intuitively lead to way more clicks if you're looking for certain things. Hopefully that isn't the case. It is just that this is just the screen that looks like that and you can change little bits in here and like we can in the normal game without having to use skins or whatever. And, you know, depending on what the skinning situation is like with this, maybe people add that stuff in anyway, but it looks lovely. I just worry about things like that.
I very rarely look at the calendar. Like, I don't do training. I auto do training. Guilty again. So like why do I need the calendar there? Like I'll maybe look at it when I'm arranging friendlies or something, or like if I really want to see how congested my fixture schedule is, or I want to adjust the training, which I sometimes do. But like when I've got the fixture schedule there, I can see like I've got a match in 10 days, I've got a match in 18 days, I've got a match in 21 days, right? Tony,
I'm trying to think what my current home screen looks like, because it's like if I flip between the SAS skin and the
your
WTCS,
home screen or your inbox screen?
My home, sort of what this would be, this portal world, as
your home screen currently probably has a league table on the left.
Yeah, it's got
and then in the middle
it's got like a
has
stadium picture and like some trophies and things like that. Like stuff
news. It has news in there. It has like all the latest news.
Yeah,
I have things like my wanted players and all that stuff in there as well.
Like captains, can you edit vice captains?
You can in SAS.
You can, but not all the tiles though. Like not use the tiles. Sorry, like not all of those screens are customizable in FM24, but some of them are, and you can reorder things in terms of like what you want in that position. And yeah, like I'm with you boys on this one. If it's not customizable, there does seem to be some repeated information here, and
like in a way I'd just be like, no, give me the email back, like let me have the email on that right side, if rather than me having to click in and out of it. I don't know.
If you do have to click in and out, that would suck again because it's just more clicks.
But I don't see how that interface is going to work any other way. Where does that? Well, is one of those emails aren't selected? Wait, is it in the video? I'll go back to the video.
Is there a way that you can also auto email read as well, Si? I'm just thinking for more things for you to not do in the game. Because go on holiday, we've seen go on holiday. That's for those people who don't like to manage. There's that option as well, and that's available on the game.
Well, it's a bit like a real job. I only read half my emails. If you actually no, I literally had this conversation at work today with my real bosses. Like we had a big meeting, and everyone went, we're getting so many emails, half of which we don't need to read, and we get like, this is urgent. It's not urgent at all. It's like not even relevant to me.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that in Football Manager sometimes. Does it show it? I think it was showing. Oh, it's this screen.
What's great is if occasionally you get some spam just turns up. Your order from Amazon shopping is arriving.
Mail enhancement pills in your inbox.
Yeah. You need to update your Microsoft 365 account.
Email from a Nigerian prince.
Yes.
I had a really good one today. I don't remember what it was now. I was like, oh, that's a new one. I'll have to try and think. Yeah, okay. That's like, is that the message?
No, this is the
yeah. So he's clicked that. He's opened up a message. Okay, but maybe you only have to open up
another message.
No, wait. Yeah, and then it opens up a chat with him. But that would happen anyway, right?
Yeah, you'd have to action in some way.
Yeah. Go on holiday.
I just noticed, I don't know if it does this in the game currently, maybe I've just never noticed it, but I noticed next to Gruder, it actually had like the little triangle, which I wonder if it's to do with his squad state, which it does, yeah.
Oh, that's squad hierarchy, yeah, that is. That's
is that in the game already when you talk to players? Because I don't think it actually shows it directly on there. Because that's a cool thing.
It's in the console version.
I like that.
Also, just nudge this one on really slow, Si, and this might be me just reaching here. We've had a conversation with Gruder there, okay? We've had our reaction, okay? The video just scrolls on a little bit more. It changes from downcast to very happy. Then it drops into the calendar. And does something drop in the calendar? Is that
I think it was fixtures.
Oh, is it fixtures?
Yeah.
Because part of me was thinking, like, is that a little note to just go, like, you've spoken to this player on such and such a date? Because I've got my actual inbox set up like that for, like, this is the date that I've got my email in, and this is the date that I've sent a response. I was wondering whether it was something like that, and I was like, oh, that's a whole level of nerdy I'm very much on board with.
Like a Notion template inside FM.
Just going back and just going, I told you 9 days ago you weren't going to play, right?
Like a promises fixture, like a bit like at real work when I get in. Like, I look at my calendar and I'm like, okay, I've got to do this by this date.
That's exactly it. A promises fixture. That's the perfect definition of it. You know, like you have the promises tab where it's like you have 180 days to sell this player, or whatever. Why doesn't that show up on the calendar?
Also, in the calendar, why can't I block things out for when players can't speak to me? It just says focus time.
Which is you shutting the blinds.
Yoga retreat. Yeah. Out for lunch with the wife.
Yeah.
The other football manager, one of the other football management games, we are football. I think that's what it's called. The basis of the game, rather than like time and rather than email based and like your day just goes through time. The game is time based, so what you can do is based on how much time you have in a day. So every task you do has a set amount of time, which I thought was I don't think Football Manager should do it because I don't necessarily think it's the best implementation of a Football Manager, but it was different and I appreciate it. Like they weren't just copying Football Manager. Yeah, in a way. So, I mean, it was still like turn based. So you'd still like, but if you went and said, okay, we're going to do this, like if you wanted to have a meeting with a player, that would take up an hour of your day. And like, okay, then you had to fit in things like, it did have a lot of personal life stuff as well. So if you wanted to go for lunch, your wife would say, we're going for lunch. That would take 2 hours out of your day. But like, okay, that's like part of the game now. It is interesting, mechanic.
Here's a question added to that, right? So because we just had a little look at the portal now, and we've talked about emails, and Miles has previously talked about WhatsApp, right? Like, you see when you like click continue in the current game, and you then like, it advances on a day, and then you've got this stack of emails that are all like piled up. I worry at this moment in time, right? Where if you have a whole bunch of WhatsApp messages you haven't responded to instantly, like, is that going to is that going to have a negative impact? Or conversely, is the game going to continue and stop every time another WhatsApp message comes through? Just what you were saying there, Si, about how time works. I mean, that could get incredibly tedious during a day if you've got to hit continue like 12 times in one day just because you've got like your phone's going off all the time. I'm setting that to airplane mode if that's the situation.
I think WhatsApp stuff's gone, really. That's something Mars was talking about in the interviews the other week. Although the message, I don't think the WhatsApp style has gone. Like, it'd be kind of funny if, like, when a player leaves, you got to kick him from the WhatsApp group. Like,
or when you get sacked, you get this notification that pops up. You've been kicked out of the WhatsApp group. That would be brilliant, actually. Totally.
Or you've got the training WhatsApp, but you've got like I don't know who. Gruja, because he's on the screen. Gruja's just sending memes in it. Like Gruja, this is the serious training chat. You stop sending memes.
Oh, I want to be able to respond with a GIF.
Yeah. Or you post something. Sorry, wrong chat.
Speaking of Gruda, I just noticed the screen you were holding it on there. That's like an individual match stat page, right, for a single game. I've just noticed that Brian Gruda has a 2 decimal place match rating.
Yeah.
But that's,
he also has a 9.87 for just one goal.
But it's the fact that it goes to 2 decimal places from an individual game. Which if that's a thing, then I'm a huge fan of that because it's
why though? It's arbitrary, surely. Like,
because I'd like to think that if it's adjusting in the
ratings.
game, you'd be able to see minor fluctuations in performance a little bit sooner and be able to make tactical changes based on it. That's
true,
how my brain would like it to be, because I feel like when a player's like 6.6, 6.7, you don't really know what's going on all the time. This would maybe allow for a bit more of that, particularly as it shows the 2 decimal places outside of the matches anyway.
True. Does it show it now outside the match?
If you go to like, the average ratings that you get over a season are already 2 decimal places.
They are to 2 decimal places.
In the game, I would just love the ability to just have slightly more information about the players during the matches.
See, looking at that news report, that actually annoys me, because if you look at what actually happened in that match, Man United were 3-0 up and they ended up, like, second half, Brighton came back 3-3. Like, I feel like you could come up with a better headline than that for that. Sometimes the game's quite good at this. Yeah. I like it when a game makes a pun out of a player's name.
Yes.
And I always think, like, how did it think to do that? Like, it's pretty rare, but sometimes it'll do it.
Just has a set of like puns that it uses, and it knows what sort of it's obviously got like a set of names or sound like things model that go into that thing that it can use.
Yeah, like a phonetic.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. But I just like that. When one of those really shows up, it's the best, yeah. But like that's kind of, like for that kind of match, that's kind of dull.
Or even when you score like 9 goals and it's like Fulham on cloud 9, just the little things like that where it's like, hey, a bit of effort has gone into this a little bit, you know.
I would hate to be that team right now.
Yes.
Do you know what a small hand is?
I don't know. I've got quite large ones.
I don't have small hands. A small hand is 5 goals.
Oh, I've never heard of it. I thought it was a glut.
Term.
No. Apparently, because Haaland scored 5 last night, didn't he? Yeah, this is what because someone wrote Haaland Smallhand, and I was like, "What's that? His Danish name? Like, is this his Viking name? Haaland Smallhand Gustafsson? I mean, he's Norwegian, I know, but you know, it's like, yeah." No, what is fiefdom status? A small hand, like a farm hand. But no, it means 5 goals, apparently. And there was one for 4 goals as well, but I forgot what it was. I always do this hat trick, and then
I've heard Hall
I remember asking
used for 4 quite a lot.
Hall, yeah.
Yeah, a small hand is 5.
Spree. 4 goal spree, yeah.
A glut for 5, I like.
Gruder in emphatic form. Yeah, you got a 9.7. 9.87. So, okay, that's the interface stuff, I suppose. We've anything else you guys have thought about the interface? I think we've pretty much covered. I mean, an hour talking about a UI interface. Like, maybe we need to go outside more.
Well, I mean, if outside's on the game, then we'll talk about outside. But,
the graphics outside aren't that great these days.
No, I only look outside in 2D. So try to take my glasses off. I don't need them.
Okay. So one thing we didn't look at last week. Did we look at the screenshots last week? The match
I don't
ones?
think we did.
No.
So something I noticed, I saw someone mention it later on X, Twitter, Reddit, don't know, some social media website.
The internet.
The tactics button has changed the icon. It used to just be a dot with a forward arrow. Now it's a dot with a forward arrow, but also like another thing next to it.
Yeah.
And the speculation was that this might be in and out of possession tactic.
Okay.
Which would be good.
That would be good.
But I didn't see anything in the other screenshots today to imply that that's the case.
I like the fact there's also a toggle at the bottom, which looks like you can minimize or maximize your
dreamy.
squad
Subs,
bar.
yeah.
I love it.
That looks like a thing.
That brings
That's
up
clean.
the subs, I think, right?
Yeah, that's clean. Can I say something that I don't like at this
Is it
moment in time?
that in the middle?
Yeah, I hate the fact that the scores are in the middle. It looks, for me, it looks horrible. I don't like it.
It looks weird and not television-like, because most of the time the
Yeah.
TV scores are not in the middle.
Yeah, maybe
and
that should be on the left. And
Maybe
then
this
it
is
should
a
be
dodgy
on the bottom,
stream.
right?
Brilliant. So Amazon Fire Sticks are in FM26.
Exactly. This is actually Supersport TV from South Africa.
Yeah, now
So
you've said
basically-
it, I think Premier League footage outside the UK is like that.
I wouldn't know. I would have I'd have no way of knowing.
I've definitely never seen Premier League footage outside the
No,
UK.
I
either.
fly to all of my matches and watch them on TV locally.
Do you know what would be incredible? Is if there's an option in your manager portal to like go
Dodgy
watch the 3
VPN
p.m.
mode.
blackout games.
This is the VPN skin. It stops the buffer every 5 minutes. You've got to go out the game and go back in again.
You're just watching a TikTok live from the crowd.
Yeah. There's a chat on the side that's mostly talking about a different game or being racist or ASCII art of penises.
Just arguing about Messi and
Sub me,
Ronaldo.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe go on holiday is like a sort of little nod to your VPN going on holiday, just like I'll do some scouting, shall I, on 3 o'clock on a Saturday.
But yeah,
Bookmark says Botswana and VPN. Just like quickly.
I think
the
a few
bookmarks
people
are just
pointed out
Stream
the
East.
middle thing.
Just peer-to-peer sharing sites, just like, oh, hello.
Okay, so I've got another one.
One more thing while you're on here. This is a bit I don't like. Referee shirts untucked. What
long,
are the
too.
standards of officiating in the world coming to when the referees
Let's
have
not
their
talk about
shirts
referee standards of officiating today.
untucked?
Of all the days
Today,
to pick a
potentially the wrong time to be talking about
Yeah,
referees.
This is an adult game.
I'll let untucked shirts and referees go today. I'd rather.
Definitely not under 18s. It's fine. Also, as well, I saw on the teaser for last week that some of the referees were wearing coloured boots, and again, game's gone, lads.
That
Sorry,
is
not having that.
absolute woke nonsense. I will not
Those
stand
are
on
great. Actually, now I'm
referees
looking
with
at the
coloured
colours of
boots.
the
Yeah.
boots.
Referees with coloured
right.
boots and Alice bands. It's not happening. I'm sorry.
No holes in
Next time we're
socks
playing in
though.
jeans.
Now, one thing that you can't see on this screen, in fact, it doesn't seem to happen, but I did notice on another screen. I'll share it now. Yeah, this one. Now, this is women's football, which was on one of the pages today.
There's the score in the middle again, though, Si. So that's dodgy
Licensed,
VPN.
WSL.
It is licensed.
WSL, which they've not announced yet. Well, they have now because they put it on their website, but they have. I don't think they'd said what leagues are in there yet. I've got speculation on two. Well, not
It had to be
speculation. That's
WSL
there in
though,
the game.
didn't it? Like,
Yeah,
if
sure.
they didn't get WSL. Also, I was trying to work out, like, you ever see like where's the ball or like what happened? You know,
Spot the
when you
ball.
get a freeze thing and you got to work out where the ball ends up. I'm like looking at this, so she's hit that with the right foot. The ball's got the shadow of the ball's there, so it's like I'm trying to work out where this ball's going and why the keeper's diving that way, because this ball looks like it looks like it's going near post.
plot twist. The keeper's actually about to volley it out.
Stood a
Eccentricity
Higuaita,
20.
a sideways scorpion kick. What's a sideways scorpion kick?
Ah, of course, it's Renee Higuita.
El Scorpiones.
So yeah, this was this was interesting screenshot of women's football. But I'll see if I can zoom in, because one thing I noticed on the women's ones is that like the shirts are like clipping a little bit with the shorts, which it wasn't on the men's one. Very minor. I'm just saying very minor.
That was taken from a different build, potentially. I really hope that this is going to sound really dumb, but ponytail physics. Because they'll be more likely to have more ponytailed style hair, because you don't see it as often in the men's game. Usually men with that sort of like hair wear it slightly differently to women in sport, I find. And you'd like to think that there'd be some kind of... because it would look really odd otherwise.
Yeah, if it's static.
Yeah.
It's like, so, yeah.
I won't complain if it's not.
I think it is older. I think it is older, because I think looking at that crowd...
it looks worse.
It's very flat, isn't this?
It looks like a jigsaw.
If I compare that to this one, is it more...
I think the players seem a little bit more cartoony. Like the goalkeeper looks a bit more cartoony than... do you remember? Maybe it's just the lighting, possibly the shading on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It could be an early build,
it looks
as you say,
good.
though.
Like, I don't want to, like... The women's models...
No, it's
like,
mint that it's in, and obviously shout out as well to Special Effect. They're on the advertising board as well, who do awesome work in the gaming space, getting people involved into games who struggle with accessibility and disability. So that's awesome to see them highlighted again as well. But yeah, I don't like that scoreboard in the middle. I don't like it.
Well, I wonder why it's got leave match at the top.
Perhaps it's a
It's a
highlight.
replay. Yeah,
Because in case there's a raid on at the pub, and you've got to like press it and turn it into a pet shop very quickly.
I mean, to be fair, if that goes in, it's 3-0, so maybe they're just leaving.
Is it possibly they are scouting? And you know when you can attend the match?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because there's no options for subs at the bottom or anything.
No, there's not,
So
is
it's
there?
either a highlight, like a replay highlight thing from like a match that's already happened, or it is just like, as you say, an attending game.
I think, well, in the current one, you'd get a bar along the top, which you can scroll through if it's a replay one, right?
True. But maybe this is
So you wouldn't
slightly more
have a timer.
cinematic, perhaps. That would be quite good.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so that little bar at the bottom is the
Shows
same,
the
right? The commentary bar.
Which doesn't appear on the highlights if you look at goals, does it? I don't think.
No, not normally.
So this
No, I
must
think
be-
it does. I think it does on the goals, so you know which one it is. But there's there's certainly no bar there with player numbers or anything. So it's certainly not like that one there with the minimizer. That's
And there are
that lighting
some
looks
other-
different as well, doesn't it?
See if I think on the other screenshots that let me just open up Steam, that the commentary, the commentary does show. Oh, this one is also like not.
God,
There's
that looks
league
so
match
good.
at the top as well there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steam, by the way, we should probably say the confirmed release date has been announced. We're an hour in the
It's
podcast.
here.
Probably should tell you it's definitely coming out now as well.
4th of November.
Yeah.
2 weeks early access. Advanced. They've changed the name again. Not beta, not early access. Advanced access now. Get it. Make sure you get it right.
Everyone's still going to call it beta, aren't they?
Yeah, or alpha or whatever. 2 weeks advanced access. And I'm sure all three of us have got cheaper code versions, which maybe, but you can find them if you would like the game a bit cheaper.
It's interesting that it says 2 weeks advanced access, whereas before it was like, it was always kind of vague, like it tended to be 2 weeks, but it was always kind of vague, whereas now it's essentially giving you like the beta release date, which they wouldn't normally give, which is interesting.
There is a asterisk.
there's always an asterisk.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which page it's on now. But it is on one of them. I'm trying to.
And there is also specs on there as well.
Oh, for the PC,
Yeah,
and
for
we also
PC,
have.
so
They're currently confirmed
Updates.
versions, right? So,
Yeah.
sorry, these are the extra versions. So you got your PC Game Pass. It's going to be on again. It's on Xbox Game Pass as well. PS5. You can also play the console version on Windows. Touch will be on Switch, not Switch 2, which I was curious which way that would go.
That's
Further
interesting.
platform details, which, if based on previous years, we could speculate might be a
Stadia.
particular piece of fruit, and it's not BlackBerry. So yeah, a piece of fruit's service. I imagine it's on there. They always come later, and then Netflix not changing, but that was the same for 25, wasn't it? They weren't changing the Netflix version, the mobile version.
True.
So these two are going to be probably similar. And then, by the way, Tony, look, new FMFC shirt.
Ooh, that's nice. The logo actually looks all right there, like that. It doesn't look
a hologram version
before.
of the badge. I'm on board.
Oh, that looks like it's got a double collar as well, a V-neck and a collar.
I'm
a fan.
We need to find out where those shirts are and how we can get hold of one.
I can't see a Hummel logo on it, so I'm a little bit upset about that. So let's
I don't know.
See what happens there.
They are Hummel. There was something else. I'm just trying to find it now. So yeah, none of those screenshots have the commentary from when they're in game, which makes me wonder, like, why the commentary is not showing when it's in game. Like, there should be commentary there, right? Like, while that's happening.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
And I guess on that one, like, there's a chance that they're just not commentating at that moment. But like, why is there only the commentary when it's a replay?
Good question.
Seems odd.
Very good question.
Right, and then, so if I scroll through all the pages that they have, so we have the release date, 4th November, 2 weeks early access, and then now I can't find the page that I wanted. I think I was on it, but I went off it. We have, here we go, yeah, so women's football, going back to women's football, that's Angel City FC, which is not a UK team. Is an American team, NWSL team, rather than WSL team. The S standing for soccer in their case and not super. But I think they're only a women's team, Angel City.
Okay.
I don't believe they have an equivalent men's team.
Well, that's going to be the same as Durham, because Durham's men's team is like way. Oh, they do actually have a men's team, but they're way down in like the English pyramid. So Durham are in the Division 2, I believe, women's. So they are them, and I guess the London Lionesses as well is probably another one as well.
Well, Lionesses were tied to Millwall though.
And,
yeah, and they split, so that's sort of where they've ended up.
Because they're owned by Michelle Kang now, aren't they?
Second, sorry,
they're owned by Michelle Kang, aren't they? I believe.
Maybe, yeah. There are a few women's teams that are a lot like Loughborough University. I think women's are higher than the men's team, although the men's team for a university team, like, it's a fact that's even in a league system is high. But Loughborough University is a big sports university, and the other one is
hashtag. I think maybe
hashtag women's are the third tier. They won't let them move up. There was an interesting interview with Spencer Owen, who
I remember that
is the hashtag owner, and talking about why basically there's some opposition to them going up divisions because other teams don't think that they're a serious team and stuff.
Which is mental.
And because the men's team don't have the facilities, the women's team can't go up, even though their women's facilities are way above a lot of the other teams' women's facilities. Gwalia United is another one, actually. That used to be Cardiff, their women's team, and now they're their own team. They split off. So there are a few of them around. But yeah, Angel City. So I wonder if, like, at a minimum, Angel City is licensed. But I imagine that's NWSL license. We have to imagine. Did Miles say how many? I think he said, right? Did he say how many leagues there were? I think he said in an interview the other week. One of the interviews he says how many players roughly.
I think he said the players numbers certainly been floated out around as to how many players might be in the database. I've seen
a suggestion. It's somewhere around 30,000 or something. Confirmed or not confirmed. I think it's in the Miles interview, but these might also be fake, false rumours, in which case you didn't hear them from me.
And we will. I mean, we'll obviously we'll cover the women's element
hopefully soon
when information comes out. So we have already started to make.
I think it might be soon. I think they've got some, and this is public knowledge. They've got some events this week or next week or something. I think there's an event. I believe there's an event you can get tickets for in London.
Yes.
Like open. I don't think it's not like for us or whatever. I think it was open to anyone to go. It was sent to me by someone who it's open to. I mean, you have to get the tickets still, but if that interests someone, I think that is tomorrow, as we're talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excellent. Very
what
exciting.
Do you think?
Very exciting. All these new things to look forward to. So, okay. Well, look, let's be honest. We should probably start wrapping this one up because Chris is going to have a late night editing it as it is. Anyway, quickly recap then. We've looked at the UI. We seem to be happy with that. Or on the whole, I think. Release date. We seem to be happy that we have a release date now. we now know what
Steam tells you how far away that is. 7 weeks.
Okay, if that's 7 weeks,
that means 5 weeks until
20th of October.
20th or 21st. 5 weeks.
That's the day after I do the Scarborough 10K. So that seems like a really good idea. After I've gone for a run, I'll just put my legs up and do a bit of advanced access. That sounds.
They're gonna release it while you're on your 10K, in the middle of the 10K.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Actually, I'd do that as well.
7K in, you'll get the notification.
Every time. We know that Lelouch, Kevin Chapman, every time he went to Disneyland last week. Every time, and I think the year before he was in Disneyland or somewhere like Orlando Parks or something, or Center Parks, when they announce it. Every time he goes away, they announce something. So if any of you want the next Football Manager to come out, make sure you pay for Kev for a holiday, and then they'll announce something.
I was on holiday when they cancelled it last time, so if you want it to be cancelled, wait for me to go on holiday.
Yeah, I'm away next week with work, so again, decide what happens at the end of the day. We don't know. We don't know what impact I have. Probably none, to be honest. So we'll wait and see what that looks like. But yeah, enjoyed that episode, fellas. It's been really, really good fun. There might be some updates next week. We don't know. I guess just keep your eyes peeled, really, isn't it? So
it's nice. We've been in like a holding pattern for so long because we were just like, what's happening? We don't know where we are at. And now it's like, yes, we're going to get back into a regular cycle of Football Manager content and podcast content.
Feels like a thing now. Feels like a thing. So as always, let us know in the comments below your thoughts, your opinions, your concerns, your worries. But yeah, let us know what you think. Make sure you subscribe as well to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify as well. Join our Patreon as well. If anyone wants to come and see some extra content, you can come and support the channel from as little as £3 a month. Patreon.com/the FM Show Pod. Yeah. Let's give this to Chris to edit, shall we? Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Bye now.